Today we're pleased to bring you Majo's RCA core stability and mobility workout for endurance athletes. If you'd like to write down the workout, pause the screen now. Start in the upright position with a long spine and your chin tucked. Contract your abs to flex the spine and allow the passage of the bent leg under your hips. Point your leg up to the sky, opening up the hips as much as possible, but this should be pain-free. Draw a little circle with the leg moving towards the front of the body. Lower your bum slowly to the ground on the one supporting leg. If you need an alternative, place your hands on the ground on either side of you while passing the leg. Next up, ab scissors. Very slightly lift your hands and arms off the ground to create a bigger moment of force in the trunk. Lift the legs off the ground while keeping a strong brace of the abs and back. Make a circular movement with the legs, the wider the harder, with keeping the trunk as stable as possible on the ground. Remember to keep your shoulders and elbows wide and the chin tucked. If you need an alternative, keep the head and arms in touch with the ground or prop your upper trunk up on your elbows. Next up is the love handle squeeze. Start on your side, on your hip. Tuck your knees and your shoulders away from the ground together. Remember to keep your legs together without touching the ground. Keep your shoulders and elbows wide and the chin tucked. If you need an alternative, place the top hand on the ground to increase stability. Superman plank. Start in the front plank position with wide hands and feet. Now simultaneously lift opposing hand and foot. Hold your form, keep the chin tucked and your abs braced solid without sagging. If you need an alternative, try this from the knees. The Weiner Roll. Starting on your belly with your hands over your head, slowly flip onto your back and then back to your belly, trying not to touch your knees or your elbows to the ground. Sumo Side2side Squat. With wide feet and low hips, transfer weight side to side, keeping the center of gravity low the whole time. Lace your hands behind your head and elbows wide. Try to keep your spine long. If you'd like to make this one harder, just grab a kettlebell or dumbbell and hold it close to your chest. Crab roast. Start with your fingers pointed slightly outward. Lift your hips as high as you can get them, really flexing your buttocks. Maintaining the stability of your hips to the ground, rotate the trunk and neck to one side, reaching your hand as far over as possible. To make this one a little bit harder, just hold a dumbbell in your hand. Time for the Starfish. Again, starting on your belly with your hands and feet nice and wide. Then bring your hands and feet in until they cross and then back out to wide position. Try to keep your arms and legs as stretched out as possible and your chin tucked. For a little bit more of a coordination challenge, try alternating hands wide, feet together, or feet together, hands wide. Dingo kick and push up, keeping your neck and back as straight as possible. Really try to hold your core as stable and stiff as possible, as if somebody was going to step on you. Execute the push-up until you're 1 centimeter from the ground and then back up. As an alternative to pushing straight back up, drop to your knees and push back up from there. If you'd like to make this one harder, execute the kick out and the push-up at the same time. Special thanks to Majo for designing this amazing set. My name is Luke with Balance Point Racing.